Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, today we're going to look at something a little bit different. Not completely different, but a little bit different. We've got some very interesting accessories which have been loaned to me by a relative. And also before I get started and tell you all about these amazing things, I just want to boast about my new glasses. Look, I've got the Japanese and the Danish flag out because I've got my new Danish designed titanium framed Japanese handmade framed glasses. Whew, I've been waiting for these for a while. Yeah, they're just a revision. I've just had a bit of an update on the old glasses, but that doesn't mean you won't see the other ones at all. The Hugo Boss ones, but these are a little bit more subtle. But just in case you notice I look slightly different, only slightly. Anyway, so what we're going to talk about, I've mentioned in my previous reviews about wingnut wings. I've often mentioned about the guns, and I've actually got we've got our Max Immelmann Fockery 2 here, which we've seen before, so I'm not going into that, but I've got it here because I wanted to do a comparison. You know, we're all, I think those of us that have had experience of them, are very impressed by wingnut wings, even though they're no longer with us, sadly, of course. But I always say the only thing that lets them down, tiny thing, is the limitations of you know, injection molded plastic, and therefore I always say you should go for the guns. You should go and get yourself some guns from gas patch models in Greece. I'm going to show you them side by side so you can see what I'm talking about. Now I've got several things here. I've got basically the Spandau machine guns here. I think it's actually a slightly different version of the Spandau, but it's close enough to be very relevant. So I'm going to show you the kit one. I'm going to show you this one that my relative has sent me from Gas Patch, which is in resin, of course. And then I'm going to show you the master model from Poland, of course. And of course they do it in like a brass, and do these beautiful little guns which many of us are very familiar with. But you may not have seen these because these are quite nice as well. So you just pay your money, takes your choice. I think the Gas Patch are actually the most expensive one. I might be wrong here, but I'm thinking that the master models are coming out at about £9 or £10 thereabouts. And I think the Gas Patch are coming out at about £11 or £12 thereabouts, give or take a couple of pounds. So first of all, let's look at the standard kit offering, and you'll see what I mean about this not being the strongest point of the wingnut wings offering, because of, as I say, the limitations that you have anyway with injection moulding. You know, see if I can get this in good focus for you. There we go. The only thing that lets it down really, of course, it's the venting, isn't it, of the jacket around the gun barrel. You know, the outer, the shroud, basically, the cooling shroud with the vents cut in it, the vent holes. Now, we look at that, and yeah, you can clearly see, even though it's in the bag, sorry about that, I'm not going to take it out of the bag for the obvious reasons. But you can clearly see that there are limitations to what you can do with injection moulding, of course. Okay, so bear in mind that image. Now, here is the Gas Patch version, which is the all resin option. Oh, better without the reflection, I think. There we go, look at that. I'm going to take this out, so we're going to have a really close look at it. On the World War I aircraft, these guns are such sort of an eye grabber, so it's quite important that you get something that will, you know, draw the attention of the viewer. So let's have a look at these, because they are like a resealable pop open box. You get this lovely, what it looks like when it's finished. Look at that on the back. That's really quite something. Check that out. Don't they look nice? Look at that. Bit of work to do just to paint them up, obviously. I'm going to pop those out. This is not a toy, no indeed. And obviously you've got to be a little bit careful when you're working with resin, but there's not much to do with these, of course. They are just going to be very careful because they look delicate. They are just sublime. Now then, see if I can get that hopefully nicely focused for you. Isn't that nice? And they are just incredible. Complete with, I'm not sure this is going to come out in the focusing, but can you see the gun sights as well? That is absolutely stunning. So, turn the other side. They're absolutely incredible. They've got the cocking handle for loading it up, but it's the gun sight, and the fact that it looks so three-dimensional, the whole thing is just... I mean, I don't know if they're 3D printing. I can't believe it's 3D printing, because it's just almost too complex for 3D printing to my eye. Can I get that closer? Can you see that? The end of the gun barrel is just amazing. And then, as I mentioned, you've got this the cocking lever. It's very hard to photograph this, I've got to say. There, you can see it better, the cocking lever there. Look at that, it's just one piece. So you've got that. Then you have the barrel itself. Again, one's got to be very, very gentle with this, not to damage it in any way. That's the gun barrel itself. Hollowed out end. And then last but there's obviously two of everything, and then there's a little part in there which I won't pull out, but we've got the actual feed belt for the ammunition. And here it is. Look at that. I mean, the camera, as you can see, is struggling. Aren't they beautiful? He says and drops it. Don't worry. I haven't lost it. I don't think so anyway. Gulp. I don't think the person who owns this is going to be very grateful for losing it. Don't worry, it's fine. Just gently put that in. So you've really got to be careful. Then people say, why do you wear gloves? Well, it's a classic case here, isn't it? You've got to be very careful. We don't want to put paw prints all over this. Gosh, it's just remarkable. And they've even got the cutouts in the foam accurately cut out for the part, which is incredible as well. Beautiful work. Can't recommend them enough. Aren't they just gorgeous? Let's zoom it in again. Absolutely amazing. Works of art. They really are. So that's a pair of Spandaus. In this case it's the Spandau, what do they call it this time? 0815, so basically August 15, I guess. Variant, but really quite something special. Very, very nice. So that's that. Put those over there. Then you've got the master model version. So I thought it'd be worth our while having a look at this as well. So check this out. Now this is where we've got a more conventional gun that's metal. It's all metal this time, not resin. And you can see again, I can't open the bags unfortunately, but look how they're beautiful. Look at the vents on the shielding. So nice. Absolutely incredible. Then you get all your gun sights and what have you as part of the PE fret here. Lovely parts. Really, really nice. Very, very nice. I'm not sure which I prefer really, but I don't know. I mean, I always like these metal gun barrels, they're great, you know. But I do like that gas patch. It's just nothing to touch them. I've never seen such exquisite resin as they do. Then, still on the Wingnut Wings accessories list, look at these. These are really incredible. I don't know if the camera's going to manage with this or not. I think it might just struggle a bit. I think it's best to take them out. But these are the turnbuckles for your cables. And these are just tiny, 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 but they're so detailed. So I'll let you have a quick look and then I'll try and get them out for you. This is the Type A turnbuckles. Clearly that reflection's not doing us any favours, so I'll try and get this out without losing anything. needs kind of repositioning anyway, to be honest. It's kind of... Sorry about that. Come back from the green screen. Sorry. Forget that. The zoom is very good, but it's a bit slow. It's just... right, now we've got it. Now, these need to be repositioned anyway. But let's just see. So these are actually like appear to be like cast metal. Does it say? Doesn't say how it's done. But this is going to test my zoom. This is when you need a 20 times zoom, folks, okay? Check this out. So these are the turnbuckles for tensioning the cables on your rigging. Can we see that? I just don't know if I'm going to get close enough for you to get the full benefit. There we go. It's just very difficult to... something so tiny, I'm completely lost now. There we go. Look at that, you can see it now. Aren't they incredible? Yeah. So you've obviously got the sort of the eye that goes around the tensioning wire, and there's basically a bolt, a turnbuckle, that's what it is. Bolt in the middle for tensioning, one versus the other, in and outer. Aren't they incredible? So that's type A, and then... Oh, and by the way, sorry, I'm jumping around here. I've just noticed we've got the barrel assembly explanation on the back of those guns. So it's showing that that's how the barrel goes in. This is on the resin one, of course. It actually goes through the bottom. You actually thread it in from the front. How cool is that? And then we've got the other type of turnbuckle, which is the even smaller one, which is the C type. And hopefully we might get a shot at this. I think we might be able to see that. Yes. Absolutely tiny. Now I've got to be honest. I think this is where we start to find that it's taxing your eyes, and then you wonder why. I'm going on about my new glasses. If you haven't got glasses already, you're going to need them when you start working on these things, because they're little. They're just minute, really. I mean, that's about 1mm thick, isn't it? Those turnbuckles. I mean, how many are there? 1, 2, 3. I think there's 25. Does it say? Don't know if it tells you. 30 pieces, okay. Oh, that wasn't far. 30 pieces. Type B and Type C. It's got both types. B and C. There you go. Now these are classic sort of gilding the lily type of items. For those that are really wanting to go the extra mile. You don't have to put these on your kit at all, really. It's for the real aficionado. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I just don't know if my eyesight would cope. Even with the magnifiers, you know, gosh. It's pushing the limits of the boundaries of your eyes, isn't it? That. Put that back in safely there. Impressive, though. Very, very impressive. And I haven't seen the turnbuckles before. I've seen other types, but I haven't seen the gas patch ones. Those are really nice. So there we go, Spandau machine guns, which I think are the best you'll ever see. Anyway, I think they are without equal, frankly. So that's that goes in there, and then we've got the old data on the back, the instructions of how they are positioned in. And they come in these really nice, very sensible, protective packaging, excellent design, you know. All the way from Greece, so there you go. So I just thought I'd have a quick one today, and just a short vid to talk about for the World War I enthusiasts amongst you. Thought you'd find that very interesting. So you pay your money. You've got 3 different options there in terms of guns. You've got your standard injection moulding, but when you see those, it's like you can't unsee them. can you? You can never go back now in your mind. You've seen those two, especially gas patch. I mean, I love these, and I'm going to put some of these on my Mosquito. But this gas patch, they only do a range really for World War One aircraft, I think. So they don't do a huge range for other scales and other scenarios. But the minute you've seen that, your brain is it's just an absolutely, to me, 100% perfect miniature machine gun, isn't it? And nothing, even the metal really, which is beautiful, don't think anything else is going to match it. I don't think it is. So there you go. So gas patch, you probably owe me for giving you a good plug there. But they're beautiful pieces, aren't they? And this is what modelling's all about. It's, you look at things like this. There's recently been my series about different manufacturers, and I complained about Revell in particular and how awful they were. And look at that. That's the absolute pinnacle of modelling, isn't it? Something like that. You've never seen anything quite like it. I certainly haven't. It's just on a different level, really. It's almost so nice. I'm almost tempted to sort of, if it were my own, which it isn't, have it on the wall. It's just a beautiful thing to take out and look at, really, for a collector. Perhaps I'm getting a bit carried away. Anyway, there we go. Hope you found that interesting. Thank you very much for joining me again. I would give that 10 out of 10 for gas patch, no question at all. 9.5 to 10 out for the master models as well, really. And of course, it's the only sin in wing nut wings is that's perhaps. I mean, you can still paint those up, those standard ones, and you can make them look a bit 3D by a bit of clever dry brushing and things like that. You can get around it. You don't have to spend the extra money if you don't really want to, or you can't afford it. Especially for when you bought a wing nut wings kit. I mean, this Immelman, I think I paid. I paid more than standard. I think I paid £125 for it, and now they change hands for £150 to £180 easy. So you won't have a huge amount of money left when you buy one of these, I suspect. So it's entirely up to you. How far do you want to go with it? But I know that the avid World War One fanatics, they're all into this gas patch, and I can fully see why. Go and have a look at their website. They do some wonderful products, including kits. Of course, they did the ME163B Comet, and they brought out another fighter. I can't remember which one it is now, but they're bringing out some kits, and they are very beautiful. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Hope you'll give me 10 out of 10 with a thumbs up or a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, don't forget to ding that notification bell to make sure you get early warning of the next video coming up. In the meantime, thank you very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.